Ann Arbor, how we doing? Good, good. My name's actually David Lesneski Brady. Thank you. I'm Mexican, if you couldn't tell by the last name. I get it, though. Like, I don't exactly look Latino or, Mexican like that. The image for that kind of right now is like Bad Bunny. And I kind of just look more like Mild Rabbit. Dad's Polish, mom's Mexican. That's how you get this. That's actually a lie. I'm actually from Mexico. I was adopted as a baby. I don't like to tell people I'm from Mexico because it puts a lot of assumptions on me. The first being that I can speak Spanish, which is true because you can tell by my accent. I do speak a little Spanish. It's enough where like people want me to like do stuff for them. Like at my job, if someone who has trouble speaking English, my coworkers will come to me like, "Hey, David, can you talk to this guy, please? Like he's speaking Spanish. Can you help me out?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, fine, whatever." So this last time this happens, my coworker, she comes up to me, she's like, "Help me out." I'm like, "Okay, sure." I walk up to this guy, and he looks at me, I look at him, and we both kind of get the idea, like, "Okay, we'll see how this goes." And he goes, "Habla español?" And I go, "Poquito." And he goes, "Okay, English then." My coworker's jaw just dropped. Just like, he didn't do that for me. Like, you don't know. You didn't know the code. That's how that works. I grew up, we're talking about white cities. I grew up in this very white city called Grosse Ile. Have any of you heard of it before? Yeah. I mean, you guys at Ann Arbor think you got gentrification down pretty good. Grosse Ile perfected it. It's, for those of you who don't know Grosse Ile, it's an island. It's a little island in the middle of the Detroit River. Yeah. To get on and off, you have to get on a bridge. Like, literally have to get back and forth on there. Like, gated communities just shut the gates. We put up the bridges and like, nope, can't come over here today. Sorry. But growing up on there kind of gave me this like false sense of identity. Like, I grew up kind of thinking I did have like white privilege. Like when I go back home to visit my folks on Grosse Ile, what I'll do, I'll have to drive down this one road where there are not one, but two country clubs, golf courses back to back next to each other. Yeah, let's see you top that, Ann Arbor. But as I'm going down there, what I'll do is I'll drive really slow and blare mariachi music as loud as I can. And it's happened before where like I'm driving down and a cop pulls me over and he's like, "We've been getting reports about some loud mariachi music being played around here. You know anything about that, sir?" No, sir, I don't know anything about that. And he's like, "Let me see your license, please." I give it to him, and he looks over. He's like, "Lesneski." I look back at him like, "Yeah, nothing but just some good old-fashioned polkas here, officer. No problem here." "All right, son, you can be on your way. Go ahead." Skate by that way. But my family, we were pretty tied into our Mexican culture, Mexican roots. We owned a Mexican restaurant. We owned it for 65 years. Thank you. We sold it. When I was a kid, though, there'd be times when my dad would pick me up from school and he'd take me to the restaurant and he'd ask me, "David, what kind of Mexican food do you want today?" And I'd say, "Dad, I really want Taco Bell." And I know what you're all thinking, like, "Man, David, how can you eat Taco Bell, man? You're Mexican, and you had a Mexican restaurant. That's not even real Mexican food." And we can all agree on that tonight, Ann Arbor. Like, Taco Bell is not Mexican food, is it? It's just not. Thank you for applauding for that. It's not Mexican food. Like, if you want truly commercialized and culturally appropriated Mexican food, you have to go to Chipotle. Because at least with Chipotle, you have just as good a chance at getting diarrhea there as you do from going to the taco truck. No? And I don't exactly like fit into like a paradigm of Mexican, like for comedy. Like everyone thinks my comedic idols are like George Lopez or like Gabriel Iglesias or something like that. Like the closest like Mexican comedian I kind of relate to is Louis C.K. who like me, people don't know or realize is a Mexican comedian. Just the biggest difference between he and I is I'm more of a private masturbator. All right, folks, that is my time. I'm Dave Lesneski. Thank you very much.